Hey everyone, welcome to At the Buzzer. I'm here with Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Doing good, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for hopping on kind of randomly because we got a big piece of news just dropped in the middle of the day. Kyrie Irving has torn his ACL in his left knee and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Jack, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I think this is a tough, as a Celtics fan, this is a tough sort of thing to navigate, right? I think for me, I never root for you don't root for injury on a player, right? Like this is their livelihood. It's the same thing as like rooting for somebody to get laid off or fired, right? Like it's kind of you don't do it. There's some ethics around it. Um, I think there's a lot of general from the Celtics fans of the world, like just general disdain towards Kyrie for his promise to stay and leave. And if you haven't heard of that yet, you live under a rock, right? So you all kind of know the general Celtics fan consensus towards Kyrie. But for me, honestly, watching that happen, I was watching it live and like watching that happen in real time, you're like, oh, that did not look good. And then you pan to Kyrie like going to come back into the game and shoot the free throws, and the dude's like sobbing, and you're like, okay, either this hurt a lot or like um he knows something's up that like we don't know. So it typically you'll see like a lot of NBA players kind of walk it off like eventually after putting on a little bit of theatrics. But I think this time you could tell that was beyond that, right? He wouldn't be doing that for no reason. So he, goes back out after tearing his ACL. Clearly looks like a non-contact injury. Thought maybe he rolled one of his ankles, but the way he was walking, it was the other foot that was like, or the other leg that he was kind of prepping. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't root for that for anybody. And for me personally, even as a Celtics fan, like I feel bad for Kyrie, right? Like this was kind of we're trading Luka Doncic. The keys to this team are kind of yours and AD's. And then probably not even 10 games later, the dude is out for the season, and probably the majority, if not at least half of next season.
Yeah, so I think that's a good point. Like Celtics fans, obviously, they hold grudges. I think that's no secret to anybody.
Guilty. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we don't like Kyrie too much on the court, but we'd much rather see him play and fail than not play. We don't want to see him get hurt. This sucks.
Completely.
Sucks for Dallas. I feel horrible for Dallas Mavericks fans.
Same.
Think of where they were, what, uh,
8, 9
9
months
months
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like trying to figure the
No,
mental
me
math.
too. I
Yeah,
was
like 8, 9 months ago, June, they're in the NBA finals. Everyone's picking them, maybe because they hate the Celtics, who
true.
knows? But a lot of people were picking them to be champions. Imagine going from that moment and fast forwarding to in March of next year, neither Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic will be playing for the Mavs.
Yeah,
Like, how much would that suck?
man. I equate that to the same as the Celtics. Like, let's say the Mavericks did win the finals, right?
Mhm.
Imagine we trade Jason Tatum
Mhm.
and Jalen Brown tears his ACL right now. Like that's where I'm
Yeah.
at. For me, I can't even fathom that truly. Like that is like next level of wow, this shit sucks for lack of a
Those
better
would be
term, right?
some depressing at the buzzers.
I don't we'd finish every session with our hands in our head, like
Yep.
our heads in our hand. Like it's not gonna be I couldn't imagine any Mavs podcasters out there. Like, I'm so sorry. Like,
I know.
this not fun, man. It's not a fun time to be a Mavs fan, and I don't blame any of you for like just even frankly like finding a bandwagon team for this year. Like, don't pain yourself any further. Like, just jump onto a bandwagon. Hey, listen, Celtics, we'll take you, right? Like, you want to root
Mhm.
for us? It might be hard to do right now, but we'll take you.
Yeah. I hear baseball's fun to watch.
But yeah,
I
baseball.
I don't
They're
know how
making
good
pace
the
of plays
Rangers are
better.
gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
maybe Astros, right?
maybe
Definitely
Astros, yeah.
not. Yeah, it's Texas, right?
Yeah, so there's more to life than basketball.
I promise.
Yeah, that's all we could really say at this point.
Is CJ
Because
Stroud gonna make the leap, right? That's fine. There's hope.
yeah, so, I mean, what does this do for the, I guess, Western Conference now? Like, I'm kinda considering the Mavs. I doubt AD is gonna come back now, right? Because
Same, same.
why would he?
Right,
Um, you don't want him to get hurt further when Kyrie's already out for the year, and there's really no other moves to make. We're past the trade deadline.
right,
So, I'm kind of seeing like, okay, the Mavs will probably just throw the rest of the season, which is fine and reasonable given everything that's happened right now. So, Where does that leave the Western Conference with the Mavs kind of like made irrelevant by trades and injury luck?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, the Mavs already were like bottom of the play-in, right? Like I think they're the 10 seed right now. Like based on yeah, they're so as time of recording, they're the 10 seed. Granted, there's a logjam from the 6 to the 10. So like they win a couple games and a couple teams lose some games and suddenly they're the 6th seed. And it's like, oh, that makes more sense, right? Um, I think if anything, this makes it less muddy for the other teams that are competing for that spot. Quite frankly, I don't think there's ever a shot where you see um, uh, Kyrie and AD list Mavs um, take a big leap here, in my opinion. Like I feel like I'm looking at the other teams that are above them. We've got Golden State Warriors, Clippers, Sacramento Kings, T Wolves. T Wolves being down there is surprising, but that's a topic for another time. And then the Mavs. So for me, that probably opens up a spot for like the Suns or even the upstart Trailblazers to kind of make a little bit of a run here. Um, I think, frankly, um, we just don't. I don't think we see the Mavs make the playoffs here. And if they do, it's probably going to be through play-in. Um, I'm actually looking ahead to like next season's trade deadline now, which I know is like kind of a crazy thing to do. But you look at Kyrie, you look at AD, and they're no spring chickens, right? So for me, it's a how much time are we going to give these two to see what they can do together, if any? Frankly, maybe Kyrie doesn't probably not even back by the trade deadline next year, if I had to guess, or maybe just before it. For me, I think it's very interesting to say, like, how much time, given what we've seen Nico Harrison do so far, what is he going to do at the trade deadline next year? Which is like insane to think about, but like that's just another like nightmare in the back of Mavs fans' heads, I'm sure. Um, I don't know. I think it's wacky if I had to really put it into perspective, but the fact that we're even talking about that is unfortunate for Mavs fans, right? The fact that that's even like in the realm of possibilities is enough of a heartache, I think. So don't blame him for not getting attached right now.
No, me either. I mean, dude, this went like spiraling out of control so fast.
So quick, so quick.
Like I would be so upset if I was a Mavs
Yeah,
fan. So our
I
heart goes out to you as
yeah,
fellow sports obsessed nerds. This sucks.
for sure. I think if I'm a Mavs fan, like for your own mental health, like find another team for this year. It's okay.
Yeah.
We don't blame you. Um,
Mhm.
any legit like true sports fan, I don't think would blame you. Like there's some heartache to be had here.
UFL, that's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
San Antonio Brahmas maybe
There we go.
can
We're
go
talking.
catch some games.
Right.
Um,
I
I
can't even
Texas
tell them
is
to.
huge, so that might not be that close to you, but
It's
you
three
know,
hours, right?
the
3 plus.
Texas team, it's fun.
Yeah,
They took away the team. Every team on all these spring leagues I've rooted for have been dissolved in the
great.
like mergers and everything. So like I don't have a team right now, but maybe we can both root for the Brahmas and
Listen,
you know,
that's honestly like probably how Mavs fans feel right now. Anyway, I feel like it's nothing different. Everything that they've loved has been dissolved too. So if it makes you feel any better, I feel like
right.
there's a common ground here.
Mhm. RIP the New York Guardians and Tampa
Oh,
Bay
I know.
Bandits. You
Bandits,
know,
man. What's up with
yeah,
that? I know. That was the
yeah,
only
they
thing I
didn't
had.
survive.
I know.
Oh
Brutal.
well. Anything you wanted to add to this before I get on out of here, Jack?
I don't think so, man. I think obviously just to wrap it all up, I feel for you Mavs fans. Hopefully Kyrie's back sooner rather than later. Again, as a Celtics fan, I think we could both say like we'd rather see him play
Much
than
rather,
not
yeah.
play and fail than not play because that's just he's a wizard on the court, man. He's a
Mhm.
blast to watch. So prayers up to Kyrie.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jack, where can they find you online? Anything you want to promote? Floor is yours.
Sure. Thanks, Brian. Best place to find me is on Twitter or X, and that's at Jack_Tiernan. Follow me there. I'm tweeting about basketball, baseball, football, whatever. We're in the off season. We're getting towards the 2025 draft for NFL, and we're getting towards the 2025 season for baseball. So you'll find me both on a couple of different shows here on Wicked Good Sports, and that's both Around the Diamond, which is obviously a rotating co-host show. I'll be on that with Brian and some others. You'll also find me on the Bayou Breakdown for when we have those that is specific to the New Orleans Saints, which is my team. So that's best place to find me is there.
Awesome. Thanks so much again. We'll see you all in the next one.